Hey everybody, welcome back to Cosmic Culture. We just got back from seeing the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and for starters, let me tell you, it was everything it needed to be to hit on that 90s nostalgia for those of us who played Sonic the Hedgehog growing up, or even those of us who have just recently got into it. It has hit the mark perfectly. But that's not why we're here right now. We're here to talk about the amazing 2 end credit scenes that we got after the movie had finished, naturally, and what they could possibly mean moving forward with these Sonic movies. Guys, real quick before we move on, there are a bit of a spoiler warning in this video, so if you haven't seen Sonic the Hedgehog yet and you're worried about finding out some spoilers, go ahead and click away now and come back after you've seen the movie. If you're here, however, just to go ahead and get the big huge reveal at the end of the movie, you found the place. We're going to break down a little bit of what we saw and what it meant. So now's your time to leave. Still here? Okay. So right after the main title scene at the end of the movie, we got our first end credit scene. And it was Dr. Robotnik in what we could only presume is Mushroom Gorge, which is the place that Sonic had been referring to as his next escape throughout the movie. During the movie, when he had to go to a new location because people discovered him, he would use the rings as we've seen in the trailers, and he would teleport to a new world. And he was hinting at this Mushroom Gorge location throughout the movie. Towards the end of the movie, he pushes Dr. Robotnik through the ring and teleports him to this world. Well, in this end credit scene, we see a now shaven Dr. Robotnik walking around the mushrooms with this great plan on how to return. As part of his dialogue, he declares, "I'll be back by Christmas," hinting, in fact, that there will be a second movie. And we also know from other interviews that Jim Carrey has done himself prior to the movie being released that he was excited for the possibility of a second movie, and that he absolutely fell in love with the role of Dr. Robotnik in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. And this was very evident by his performance in the movie. He did an outstanding job, and we could see that he was really in love with the character, much like other characters that he's played before, like the Grinch, where he really got into the character, and it shows. So him saying at the end, "I'll be back by Christmas," referring to Earth, is a huge indicator that we may be receiving a second movie. And from what we saw in the first one, that's extremely exciting. But nowhere near as exciting as what we saw in the second end credit scene. And as a lot of us were begging throughout the movie to see a cameo of other Sonic characters, such as Knuckles, Tails, and those that we are aware of and familiar with from the games, we did finally see, as a ring portal opened, Tails come out and enter what was Earth. We aren't sure where he was coming from, as all we saw was a big white light as he entered through the ring, but he did say the words, "If these readings are accurate, he's here. I found him. I just hope I'm not too late." And then, in proper Miles Power fashion, got off the cliff and flew out into the trees on his 2 tails. It was an amazing scene for anybody who was there for pure nostalgia purposes, and for anybody who absolutely loved the movie. It's exciting to see that they will be expanding the Sonicverse, we'll call it, in the future. We also think that it is possible that in the beginning of the movie, when we did see Sonic, baby Sonic, getting attacked, we believe that it was the Echidnas who were attacking him. You can see they have the spikes on their knuckles, exactly like classic Knuckles does, and they did have that same kind of dreadlock look, and their chests were red. They were wearing this native-looking makeup, so it was hard to make out the characters, and they were only on the screen for a very short amount of time, but to those Sonic deep fans out there, it would be apparent that they did have an Echidna form, which is exciting, which means Knuckles is out there somewhere. And it also means that all of this that they're adding in points to the possibility of this, like we said, Sonicverse. And that'd be really, really exciting to see, as they did give glimpses of different types of levels, and in reality, there is so much material in the Sonic world for them to pull into these movies. And if any of them are even half as good as the movie that they gave us just now, it is going to be something worth going and seeing. But let me know in the comments down below if you've seen the movie, what you thought about it, and how good it was or how bad it was, what you would have changed. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch it and stop looking at these spoilers. Although, thank you for following until the end. Like always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe. We're going to be talking about huge movie news just like this all the time right here on Cosmic Culture.